We're doing today watercolour resist. We thought it was another exciting way to make some materials, something that you might be able to use in your artwork. You might be able to cut up. Betty, what have we got? What are we going for?
We have got oil pastels, which are obviously made of oil.
We do. Oil pastels are made of oil.
And we also have crayons, which are made of wax. And we also have watercolours. What are watercolours made of?
Watercolours, I don't know, that pigment stuff that the
Paint.
that the paint is made of. It starts dry and you put water on it and... Yeah, okay.
Enough.
I'm going to move these paints because we're going to start off with some paper. So I've got some different papers. I've got 3 different ones. They're different thicknesses.
So we've got tissue paper, normal like ripped A4 paper, and cardboard.
Yeah, this is kind of thick and brown. Okay, so we're going to start with our wax crayons and our oil pastels, and we're going to put down some patterns on our paper. So take whatever paper you want, do whatever patterns you want. You could do a series of stripes, you could do some block colours. I mean, you could do a picture or if you wanted to. We're just going to show you with some different patterns, aren't we, Betty?
Yeah.
What are you going for? Remember, this is the middle, so let's have a look at it so we end up missing out. That's it, thanks. I really like it how it's bringing up the cutting mat underneath. You can see all the little cuts that we've done before. My word, lots of them. Lovely. Can you get in there some blocks of something maybe with oil pastel? Ooh, colour choices. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I might do just a very simple pattern with some blocks.
That's a nice colour.
It is, isn't it? Actually, it works really lovely on that brown. Well, I'll just leave it like that, I think. Why not? Do you want to add something to that? Or should we leave it like that?
Do it like that.
Okay, and let's use this tissue paper just to see how the different things work. What are you going for?
This.
Go for it. So you might have to press quite hard or you might have to press quite soft. I don't know how it works on there.
Oh, didn't show up.
Doesn't it? That might not matter. Oh, that reminds me, in fact, if something doesn't show up, on that white, I might just do... Oh, it's not very clean. It's typical.
None of the whites in here are clean.
No, that's sort of how it goes, unfortunately, in our
our
studio,
house.
isn't it? Yeah.
Not clean. Hang on.
So I'm just doing a few bits of white on there. I hope you don't mind, Betty. I'm working on your work there. Could I do a bit of white on there, possibly?
Sure.
Oh, look. I've broken my oil pastel. Do you know that happens every single time? And it doesn't matter, because all you're doing is making 2 instead of 1.
Recycling.
Okay. How you feeling? We've got some patterns on?
Yep.
Do you think that's bold enough? Do you want to do anything that's a little bit more bold or big? Or are you happy with that? Is it difficult to use the oil pastels on that paper?
Yes.
Yeah, I found it quite hard because it's so soft. It just goes all over the place. Okay, I'm going to move these out of your way and I will put here for you watercolours. There you go, I just put them there.
And we also have water.
Of course we do.
Is the name for watercolours?
Water is exactly what we need. Now, can you reach everything you need?
Yes, I can.
Okay, let's try to make sure we're doing it so everyone can see. So you're going to put some water on your brush. Choose your paint. What are you going for?
Blue.
Okie doke. Now this is where we see that the oil
magic.
and the wax and the paint with the water are not friends. Here we go. Show us, Betty. Can we just get a message over there? Aha. So, can you see what's happening? Can you see that as the paint goes over, all the bits that the crayon or the pastel has been on, they jump out. Oh, look at that. So this is very interesting on the tissue paper because the tissue paper is so thin that the water makes it very, very wet. Let's leave that to dry for a second and have a go on that one. What are you going to go for?
More red.
You like red with that? Oh no, look. You can really see it. Keep going. So what's happening, Betty?
when I put my paint, the oil pastel is pushing my paint away from it, but where there isn't any watercolour, so if I just smear that, you can see that there's a hole within it, so that you didn't fill it in completely, so that lets my water through, but
So you've
the
got
rest doesn't.
It's making real texture, isn't it, that? And you can watch it jump away. This is a lovely way. Remember, we're making material, so we're going to be able to cut these up, use these differently later on. Go for the white one quickly then before we finish. Can we move that up just a touch? There we go, we can see. What colour you're using?
More blue.
So remember, on this one...
Remember now, the 5th of November.
What is that all about? Oh, it's fireworks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Guy Fawkes, etc. Oh, look! I was just about to say, do you remember how I wrote a secret? Did some little white bits on there. Now, this would be a very good way to do some secret messages. If you had some white paper, wrote on there with white pastel or white crayon, nobody would know that anything was written on there until they got their watercolours out. Look at that. That's worked really lovely. I'm very much looking forward to cutting these up, Betty. What do you think? Of course, you could use... You're not. You just want to keep them. You could use any paper, any colour pastels, and you could do any kind of pattern, shape, design on there. Experiment. See what happens when you use some oil pastels or some wax crayons and some watercolour and see how they resist each other. Thanks very much, Betty.